came back. And we're back. Sorry about that. I think we got booted. We got booted. Yeah guys, there we go. Pretty simple, pretty simple. Pretty simple, essentially. Yeah, there we're back, battle. Yeah, thanks for the thumbs up. Yeah, the other one, it kind of, yes and yes. What we got? Yeah, welcome back, man. We're gonna get some sun over here, man. Looking good. All right. And again, you know, getting back to the video, we had to restart. Welcome to No Way Affiliated. Thanks for coming back into the channel. And yeah. So here we go. Here's the thing right here, in case you missed it. That is me. You're back, battle, yep. So over here, I'm going over some recipes. This is the healthy chicken curry recipe right here. You see that? Yeah. You see that? So I did that, and that is a recipe that I filmed recently live. That recipe is a game changer for meal prep. It basically gives you something yummy to eat that doesn't feel too overly restricted. It still has proteins and carbs, and you know, I was able to get down to 15% body fat eating that, right? And yeah, it comes down to the choices of food that you put in your body over a long period of time. Essentially what it comes down to, is that your favorite? What is your favorite cheat meal? That's a great question. Favorite cheat meal? For me, my favorite cheat meal is always going to be something that's loaded with carbs and fats together. So I lost 80 pounds from separating carbs and fats. So I eat a protein and a fat, or a protein and a carb. What I avoid is putting carbs and fats together in large amounts. Ah, yes, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be doing more cooking. The biggest thing that's going to separate you as far as give you an edge to lose body fat. So I lost 80 pounds, right? The thing that's going to separate is learning how to cook good meals fast, efficiently, within a budget that tastes good when you're in a rush. Because if you make the time to prep food and your food tastes good, crock pot, low-fat cheeses, crock pots, meats, like there's lots of good recipes. But let's say you get back from the gym, you trained, you got 6 kids, you're stressed out, and now you get home and it's time to eat, and it's like, oh no, what do I want to eat to stay lean? You need to have recipes that are go-tos that fill you up and help keep you on track, because anytime you make a workout program, you got to have a goal, a calorie deficit. So, you know, just like the coffee, I decided to get my coffee. My coffee's got 20 calories in it. The people that I train at the gym who can't lose body fat, they get a 700, 600, 500 calorie coffee. So I get a 20 calorie coffee. So one of my coffee, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, that's 5. One of my coffees is equal to 16 of theirs. So I'm gonna drink one of these maybe once a week, twice a week. That's 40 calories. If they go 3 times a week at 600 calories, that's 18. 1 pound of fat weighs around 3,500 calories. So you see, the reason that it works is because I'm doing math. You're doing math to stay in a calorie deficit strategically, and you're not starving yourself. Does that make sense? Favorite cheat meal? Gotta be like burgers and pizza and ice cream, same as everybody else. If it's time for a cheat meal, pancake, well, my cheat meals are probably like pizza and burgers. Love those, because I eat a lot of waffles and pancakes, because I make a lot of protein pancakes, I eat a lot of chicken, I eat a lot of curry. I eat a lot of good food as it is. So most of my food, coffee with that many, yeah dude, no, like dude, coffee, like that's what I'm saying. I train people, like no joke. I'm not hating, but check it out. I'm telling you dude, check this out. Let me go back to here, cut this off, right? Again, not hating, but check this out. So 400 calorie, 300 calorie, 800 calorie, 600 calorie. This is mine. Mine is 5 calories, and then I add a little bit of cream for 20 calories, right? So yeah, you know, that's kind of how it works. It's like from a calorie deficit, it's kind of all about math, essentially. I know nobody believes me when I say this, but like, I noticed something. The people who are top competitors when it comes to like their physique, the people who, I mean, obviously when it comes to training, there's a lot of factors. I'm natural, believe it or not. Some people think that, look, I train at a gym with a bunch of steroid users that I'm not hating it from them because they compete. I train at a gym where people use TRT. I'm natural, right? I use nutrition to, you know, I'm really big on nutrition, and I'll tell you, I've gotten far better results training as a natural, right, from good nutrition, despite the injuries, despite the surgeries, despite having the setbacks. If you continue to eat certain types of food and you stimulate your body to get leaner, you can get leaner than you think, and your body is able to look good. You don't have to like control everything you eat. You can still have a life, and you can still have a balanced lifestyle. You ever make chicken crust pizza? No, I don't do much pizzas anymore. Back in the day I did, but when I want to get lean, I have like 9 things that I eat. And I'm not going to tell you what they are, but the things that I eat are in a fitness program. So I have a protein, a carb, a fat, a calorie deficit, and I have markers and specific foods that I eat in order to get leaner and all that. I know that sounds silly, but when you want to lose body fat, what I found is losing 80 pounds and getting to 15%, and I want to get to 10% next, you have to have a goal in mind. You need to understand the energy amount that's in your body, and the food that you choose to eat, you really have to measure your calories, if that makes sense. And if you're not going to measure your calories, then you need to be doing 2-a-days and doing more frequency. You can break your body down, get strong, you'll build muscle, that's great. But if you want to be leaner and get your body to function, you got to do more volume. You got to use your body more. You got to let your body feel sunlight, and you got to use that. That's kind of how it works. You ever make that? Oh, right. Yeah, it's crazy. So in no way affiliated. My ideal physique when I train people is to do this. I like to have wide shoulders, right? I want to have wide shoulders, right? Decent arms, chest, back, legs, proportion. And you know, the way I train people is I do more movement training. We do a compound for strength. We want to keep our strength in one major movement. Then we do an exercise where you put blood in the muscle, and then we stretch the muscle while it has blood in it. And yeah, that's kind of how we do exercise selection. Thumbs up for those who are in here. Let me check my text messages real quick. Yeah. Let's change viewpoints. Let's change vantage points. Y'all like the viewpoints here? We got the votes. One vote says, nice. Here's the thing though, if I'm gonna eat a cheat meal and eat a pizza, I'm not gonna make no bullshit. I'm gonna save up and make that be a good cheat meal, right? I'm gonna make that pizza be a good cheat meal. But if I'm just trying to make food in general that tastes good, I would say, why not make a homemade pizza, but learn to make the homemade pizza with like ingredients to where it may not be a 10 out of 10. Yeah, so think about this. If you're 43 and you're training, there's a lot of ways to train, right? I'm not gonna try to do that. I'm not gonna try to manipulate the variables and tell you that, but just put it this way. Muscles need to contract. Johnny Blade. Good one, Johnny. Good one, Johnny. Johnny, if you're gonna be a hater, you gotta be more creative than that. Come on now, Johnny. Come on, Johnny. Come on, Johnny. Is that the best you got, Johnny? Johnny. Johnny, is that the best you got? All right, let's come back over here. All right. And guys, looks like our battery's running low. Yeah. So. I gotta say, from all the spots I've been to, the scooters or the ranchers, I gotta say the ranchers are pretty sweet. The scooters and ranchers have got to be some of the best spots that I've stopped in. So, shout out if you're traveling, go to a Scooters or a Ramblers. Yes, sir, just a question. Hey, yeah. What's your question? What's your question? What is your question? Yeah, what is your question? All right. Excuse me. I think. Oh, that's what you think? Oh, man. Yeah, I think that was his A game. Huh? Oh, you're gonna quickly realize if you come on this chat that like I got lots of life information and lots of life stories and knowledge. Absolutely. But on that note, it does look like we're getting ready to come to an end. I gotta admit though, the scooters out here, the nice flag and stuff, this is pretty sweet. They've also got like a car wash station over here. It's kind of cool. It's really nice and upkept, clean. Nice and good and clean and upkept. So yeah, I'm telling you guys, the biggest thing I'm gonna leave you with this, never been to a scooters? Yeah. So a scooters looks like this. It's kind of like it kind of feels like a Buc-ee's. You ever been to a Buc-ee's? You ever been to a Buc-ee's? It's getting hot out here, guys. You ever been to a Buc-ee's? You ever been to a Buc-ee's? Yeah, Buc-ee's is kind of like the Ranchers right here. The Ranchers is gonna feel more like a Buc-ee's. Oh, great brisket. Well, here's the thing about brisket. Brisket is yummy, but you gotta watch out. Brisket, just like that Hispanic meat, barbacoa or barbacoa. Those briskets and those meats are really good, but they're loaded with fat. They're loaded with those saturated fats. So, as someone who's lost 80 pounds and is currently 15% body fat, I can tell you, do not eat that if you want to get lean. From time to time is going to be good, but instead, what I would recommend, I'm telling you, learn how to make shredded chicken and shredded beef. That's like not a 10 out of 10, but kind of more like a 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and eat that more consistently, right? Take healthier versions, and I love a good brisket, but take healthier versions of what you're eating and eat lower calorie versions of them, right? Take what you love and make lower calorie versions of them, and then watch what happens when you add strength training and cardio and you stay in a calorie deficit. You will simply be amazed at how your body will react. But yeah, absolutely great. By the way, guys, 20 calories. 20 calories in my coffee. So my post-workout shake is 20 calories, and I'm gonna go home and eat some chicken and rice. So, ooh, that's gonna give me a nice caffeine buzz. But it's pretty simple. It all comes down to math and somewhat trying to be goal-oriented with your math. I sense sadness. I hate feeling other people's emotions. Anyways. And we're going. You said you need to improve on all fronts. Well, keep coming to my chats and keep picking my brain for this free information, because when I'm telling you on this chat, people pay me good money to learn, right? And I'm not saying that to talk out my ass. What I mean is like, I have the certifications and the experience and the track record Because when I was in the Navy, my job in the Navy was to write plans to keep people from being overweight, losing body fat. I used to tape them, write them plans, go over their nutrition. That's what I did for nearly 10 years, right? So for nearly 10 years, that's what I did. So that's where I'm coming from. So I will eventually make a confidence conditioning / personal training app where I will teach you guys, because if you go and you want to hire a personal trainer, it's going to cost money. And personal trainers cost like probably $60 to $100 an hour on average, right? And you usually get 30-40 minute sessions because a good trainer doesn't need a lot of time for you, okay? My app will be downloaded, and for one monthly price, it'll be a trainer. It'll literally show you everything to do. It'll tailor it, and I will be in that training program, meeting with you once a week, holding you accountable and stuff. So I am considering doing that. Simply why? Holding people accountable to a nutrition plan. I've lost 80 pounds. I've done it. I know what it's like. I trained hundreds of people in the Navy over a decade for 8 to 10 years, and all I did as my collateral duty was get people. I didn't even know there was a job in the forces. Yeah, so you look at it as a collateral duty. So when you're in the military, you have what they call collateral duties. My collateral duty of choice was an assistant fitness leader. An assistant fitness leader, a command fitness leader, I hold FEPs, I run workouts, I go get certificates. I'm involved in the command with getting people into the best, not necessarily the best shape of their life, but in Navy standard. And Navy standard is having your waist to be a certain amount, your body fat, your neck. You have to do all these measurements. And then also I had to take people who were eating too much food and do nutrition courses with them, right? I had to take people and teach them, like, I used to do eat this, not that. I'd have courses like eat this, not that, eat this, not that. And then I would teach people how to do calories and count. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into this that you may not see. As far as experience, I'm not just someone who showed up on camera and trained for a year. No, I've been in this field for over a decade studying it, and I started training when I was in middle school, and I'm almost 40. So I've been training for almost 20 years in different types of sports like basketball, baseball, all that stuff. Now guys, we are getting ready to go down a road of bad service. So I am going to knock this out, go home, and then if I decide to cook something healthy, I'll let you guys know. Stay good, Chris.